It's live now. Okay, perfect. All right, deciding between real grass and artificial turf. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I would like to present some information that have been collected through research, as well as some professional shrubbery years of experience. I'd like to address homeowners who be considering replace their lawns with artificial turf, homeowners who might be contemplating install natural grass or synthetic, and lastly, future homeowners whom I think will find this information one day handy. My idea is to provide to you relevant information that will help you make an educated choice that best suits you. I have broken this information into 5 categories and their respective subcategories, and they're as follows: aesthetics, ecological footprint, cost, maintenance, and risk. And we get to each of them as follows. Aesthetics, the question to answer here is what looks better? And there's no easy answer. There are numerous factors involved to have a good-looking green area. Let me show you a couple of pictures to give you an idea. This is the first one and the second one. Great-looking areas, aren't they? Can you identify which one is synthetic and which one is natural? Well, if you can tell, I'll tell you. The first one with the square stones was synthetic, but don't be deceived. This is not always the case. In order for you to have this type of green, it requires a lot of maintenance, and also requires to have a good material. And we'll talk about that. Because look at this now. Let me see if we can click it close to you. And look at this other picture. Whoa, what went wrong? Well, factor 1, material. If you're looking into decorate your home with a green area, make sure you select the right material, whether natural or synthetic. It depends a lot on the purpose of what you want to do with it. You have to think about foot traffic, kids playing in it, or pets. That would help you select the density and the height of both the synthetic or natural, and also the resistance of the case of the natural grass, because not all grass is good for all purposes. Factor number 2 is installation. This part of the process, if it's not done right, it doesn't matter if you get the most expensive material, it will fail. If you're not sure about do it yourself, ask professionals for advice, watch YouTube videos for it, and as a last option, pay someone else to do it. Factor number 3 is maintenance. And again, if this is neglected, all preparation and all quality materials can be wasted. Fertilization, water, repair of torn parts, and all those are essential for your maintenance. The ecological footprint, I hear a lot of people talk about synthetic grass and say that it's more eco-friendly than just your regular grass, because they say it's water, you don't have to mow the grass, so you don't burn gasoline with the tools that you need to keep the area green. However, this is true. However, this is something that you can't be deceived, because synthetic grass also uses water. There's a chart from the UCLA. There's a study that they produced on which they calculated the amount of water natural grass uses versus the turf one. Turf grass uses about 1,926 gallons of water per square meter in 15 years. And about the same time, sod or natural grass would use about 7,926 gallons per square meter. So that's about 6,000 gallons difference of water used on the same period of time for natural grass. So that's a lot. But what I want to point out is that artificial grass is not water-free. It requires water to minimize the silica dust, which is produced by the material that holds it in place. The cost, another important part, natural grass ranges from 63 cents per square feet to 87 per square feet. On the other hand, synthetic grass can go from $4.75 up to $8.50. So that's a big difference there. Again, the UCLA did a really good comparison about the cost through the 15 years. and turf, and at the end it turns out to be about $75 per square meter that you would spend. So that's a good chunk. Maintenance as well. It's an important part of your decision making. Usually, you would use some of these tools to keep your natural grass in shape and in good conditions and maintenance. Lawn mowers, blowers, and we have all sorts of tools, electronic and gas powered. And lastly, I want to talk about risk. There's, if you can see here in this picture, I'm going to explain it to you very quick. The University of Arkansas did a research where they used a thermometer and measured the temperature on the ambient, the water, natural grass, the sand, and the concrete, and then lastly the turf. Turf was the hottest surface among all these 6 surfaces that they measured temperature about the same time. So that's the risk that you would run with artificial turf. That gets really hot, so you can you can suffer burns or heat strokes when you're playing on artificial turf. Other natural or risk associated with natural grass is the pesticides and herbicides, which also are used in synthetic. So hopefully with this information, you can make a better decision on what material would you use for your backyard. And that will help you have a better experience. Thank you.
Good job.
That was actually something that I was really interested in, so that was pretty cool. Very, very informative.
Yeah, that's great. Is that what you do for a living? Because you are very knowledgeable in that.
I did that for a while.
Did ya? You
Yep.
can tell. You know your stuff. So good job.
Yeah, we looked into possibly doing that, and you actually convinced me that there's no chance that that would work for us because we're in Texas and with the heat and everything.
Yeah, the picture probably wasn't too clear, but the surface, like, they measured the ambient temperature. It was 98 degrees, and the water was about the same temperature, and then the concrete was about 136 degrees, but the synthetic turf was 165 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
So it gets really hot, and like hotter than the concrete.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, a lot of athletes that play on synthetic fields, they get burned and heat strokes because it just gets so crazy hot.
Okay, well, you did really good. You had really good body language. I liked your visuals. Sorry, I know I'm in the dark. I'll turn that. My parents are in there watching TV and they have it so loud. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't hear. So anyway, you had good visuals and you were very knowledgeable. You had good body language. It was an interesting topic. I think that's something that we all decide at some point in time in our lives. My only bad news is you were 6 minutes and 37 seconds.
Oh, no.
Okay, so I had to cut a lot.
I think that's because you were trying to stand up and figure out your visuals.
Okay.
Well, I started it when he started talking.
Well, I just mean because that was his first time trying to do it that way.
Oh, I got
right.
you.
Because I did practice, but I was sitting, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will adjust that for the to turn it into the practice center and for the grading.
Yeah. Alrighty.
So
All right. Well, good
one,
job, you guys.